learned about the American Chestnut Foundation in 1995, and I joined immediately. When I learned there was such an organization, I'd always been interested in chestnut trees since my father taught me about it. And gradually, as the organization matured and the state chapters were developed, and we developed a Tennessee chapter around 2001, I think. And so then we had more local opportunities to be involved, and I started meeting more local people. So the organization's just gradually grown over the years, and now we have a very robust state chapter here in Tennessee.
Now the forest ran from the New England, Canada, up that area, all the way to really South Georgia, maybe in a little North Florida, and as far west as some place in the Mississippi River. And those trees made up from 23 to 25% of all the forest. And the chestnut tree did that. If you think about all the other trees out right in here, all different variety of trees were competing with them, but yet the chestnut was so dominant that 25% of all of it.
The way I approach it is preservation of intact ecosystems. And here in the East, we're missing one of the key plant members, the name of the American chestnut. And to me, that's the reason to restore it. And the people I encounter most commonly think that we just need that tree back. It used to be here, it should be here, and we need to get it back. And so it's I guess similar to what I'm talking about, part of the ecosystem. But you know, we have people from every category you can think of, timber executives to people who are interested in carbon sequestration, which chestnut's very good for that.
I've planted, I haven't done any harvesting, but I've planted a couple chestnut trees down at Reflection Riding. I've counted, I've weighed, I've bagged, and the cultivars that we've bagged, we take down to market every Wednesday around 4 or 5 o'clock to sell. Whenever we sell chestnuts, we usually have like some of the older people talk about how they used to have chestnut trees in their backyard when they were growing up or near the back door, and they wanted a chestnut that was similar to what they had growing up.
My grandparents love chestnuts, and they live in New York, and so they mainly get the Chinese type in the Chinese market. But that's how I got involved with it. Dr. Craddock had a bunch of them, and I told him my grandpa loves these.
I guess the thing that's to me is so sad is that we let this take away such an important tree. And since then, we've lost American elm. We're losing the hemlocks, and think about it, we got some others we're losing too. You know, and I think the American beech may be somewhat in trouble too. And it's rather scary, really. If you didn't grow up, I guess, in the forest, you wouldn't know it, but I did. Out where we live, we had woods and stuff, and spend a lot of time out. And my whole life's been kind of out in the woods.
But when I was president, I would receive many contacts, phone calls, and emails from people who want to plant blight-resistant Americans. And so the demand is already there, even though we don't really have that available. What we really need right now are people who will become active members and participate in some form, in particular growing trees and orchards, the intermediate steps. That's what we need. And of course that's less glamorous than going out and reforesting and restoring the chestnut directly. This is an intermediate step. And honestly, most of these trees will be killed as part of the project. We have to inoculate them with blight fungus to select out the blight-resistant ones. And so we'll be killing most of the trees in the orchard. And that's less glamorous than foresting the hillsides, you know, and putting the tree back in the woods. But it's obviously it's a necessary step. My own involvement with this, I started planting chestnuts 1996. The spring after I joined, I got my first American chestnuts, and I try to plant a few every year. I can plant them faster than the blight can kill them. So that's the victory I have over blight at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what it might do. I wish I did know to get them back, but I don't know what to do. It wouldn't do me no good, but maybe it would him.
I'm just very optimistic that some of this is going to pan out. People are looking at lots of different things and lots of different ways to approach the problem. And of course our emphasis has been on the back-cross breeding program. But we've got a lot of other things that the organization is looking at too. So the answer to that is yes, I'm very optimistic about this.
Well, I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm sure that there's a way that I don't understand why the Chinese chestnut is immune to the blight. I don't understand it. Of course, the scientists, I'm sure, do. They know the difference in them. It's got something in it that's different, and I hope they can, because if they could ever get it perfected, this country would come back with it, because it's natural. This is natural chestnut country through here. And they would come back fast if they ever got to that place, you know.
I'd like to see them come back in here, I sure would. I love my banjo now, I sure do.